Still, it's not the same.
What is this? Streaming live on YouTube, okay. All right. Tell me when I can start.
Nanna, you can start now, Nanna.
Start? Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I'll take a minute.
Paramaraji, you want me to share the screen for chapter 11? Please let me know.
Yeah, maybe we'll have a few question answer sessions, and then if required, you can share screen.
Okay,
Hello.
Here we go. Om Brahmanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrusham Tattvamashyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachal.
Nanna, sorry, you have to unmute yourself. Okay, you can unmute now, Nanna.
Yeah, correct. I did. Yeah, earlier I muted myself, but I was muted. All right.
I muted because someone had unmuted, so I wanted to mute all, and then I think that thing was not allowing you to unmute. Sorry about that.
Good, no problem. We start all over again. Hari Om, everybody. Have a nice Friday.
धन्यवाद नानाजी. हरि ओम.
केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिम् वन्दातीतं गगनसदृशम् तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतम् भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणम् सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Yeah, I'm very happy that you people have been doing Manana every day, and that shows you're all Punya Purushas. Purusha means three also. It's not easy to touch the Bhagavad Gita for the ordinary folk. And not only you have been immersed in the Bhagavad Gita for a number of months, maybe 2 years now, and continuing to do so every day without break. That's really wonderful. Kitaya's blessings on all of you, without any doubt. And you have done the 11th chapter, Brahmara told me. The 55th verse of 11th chapter, you have done it twice over, I believe. That's wonderful, very good. That's a very pregnant sloka. While the sloka says, whoever does this, yes samameti pandava. Whoever conforms to this, he attains to me only Pandava. I would consider Kitaya is indirectly doing prabodha to all of us. When he says, whoever does this, he attains to me. That means what? You would better do it. You would better do it. Do what? Mat karma kuru. Do things which are meant for me. Do your activities, all kinds of karma, attuned to me. Mat karma kut, mat paramaha. Take me to be the supreme. Mad bhaktaha. And this word mad bhaktaha is a kind of a prelude to the next chapter. Mad bhaktaha. Next chapter is Bhakti Yoga. Is it not? 12th chapter is Bhakti Yoga. Mad bhaktaha. Mat karma mat paramaha, mat bhakta sangavadgitaha. Leave all kinds of attachment. Leave all kinds of attachment. And Bhagavan is going to elaborate this in the 13th chapter, in the Amanitvadi Sadgunas. Okay? Sangavadgitaha. Nirvaira sarvabhutesho. Don't have any inimical attitude to anybody. Nirvaira sarvabhuteshu. Not only that, nirvaira means not having any inimical attitude. That is not good enough. Bhagavan will say in the 13th chapter. 13th chapter, what does he say? 12th chapter also he says, Adveshta sarvabhutanam. Don't you have any hatred towards anybody. Adveshta sarvabhutanam. That is not good enough. That is not sufficient. Adveshta is not sufficient. Okay? And so too, like this, like it is mentioned in the 11th chapter, Nirvaira sarvabhuteshu. That is perhaps not sufficient. What you have to do? Maitraha karunayevacha. You must have the mitra swabhavaha. Maitraha karunayevacha. And mitra swabhava alone is not good enough. It is not sufficient. You must have compassion. You must have compassion for the person bleeding with a lot of sorrow. You must go to help that person. Maitraha karunayevacha. Nirmamaha. Why you have to be like that? Because nothing belongs to you really. Everything belongs to me. Kitaya says, everything belongs to me. And what you think is yours. You are thinking that yours is equated to your body. You are not your body. Understand all these things. Mat karma kurun mat paramaha. Mat bhakta sangavadgitaha. Nirvaira sarvabhuteshu. Yaha, whoever is there. Saha, that person. Mameti pandava. Why can't you be like that, my dear? You be like that and you will be like me. There's no difference between you and I as long as the ajnana is completely knocked off. Ajnana janitam jivam jnanabhyasad vinirmalam krutva jnanam swayam nashyet jalam katakarenavat. Where do you get this sloka?
Atmabodha.
Atmabodha, very right. Ajnana kalusham jivam. He is smeared with a lot of ajnana, this dirt. Get rid of that. Ajnana kalusham jivam. Jnanabhyasad vinirmalam. And when that happens, yes, samameti pandava. He attains to me. He will be me. There is no difference between he and I. Sarvabhutastamatmanam sarvabhutani chatmani ikshate yoga yuktatma sarvatra samadarshinaha. This, don't look for me in just one idol in the temple, okay? In just the Bhagavad Gita slokas. Don't limit yourself to just that finite things. And I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere. I'm everything. There is nothing other than me. Nothing other than me. What does he say in the 7th chapter? What does he say in the 9th chapter? There is nothing other than me. Matta parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya mayi sarvamidam protam sutre maniganaiva. All these things. Whenever we touch any sloka of the Gita, it must tickle us into remembering the connected verses elsewhere in other chapters. It is not as though Kitaya has said this only once in one chapter, in one sloka. He has been saying that throughout. He has been saying that throughout. Matta parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. Mayi sarvani karmani sanyasya. Mayi is what? That is equivalent to that. Matta parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. Very happy that we have done the Manana for a second time of the 11th chapter, ultimate sloka, 55th verse. It's a wonderful sloka. Mat karma krun mat paramaha, mat bhakta sangha vajjitaha, nirvaira sarva bhuteshu, yaha saha mameti pandava. And then the 12th chapter begins. Maybe you have started the 12th chapter today. I'm not sure. I am yours for any questions.
Hari Om, Nanna ji.
Pardon?
Hari Om, Nanna ji.
Hari Om.
Nanna ji, I have one question.
Yes, please.
Like, Bhagwan, the Ishvara, he showed his cosmic form to Arjuna, but in the verse 53, it was described by him that Naham yedena Naham Vedair na tapsa na dane na chejaya. Like you cannot see him if you do not
Yeah.
you have not studied the Veda, you are not practicing any these practices, aesthetic practices, or by charity, by worship. But Arjuna was not into any of these. He was following his Kshatriya dharma, and though he had the knowledge of dharma also, but still these qualities he did not have. Still, Bhagwan showed his cosmic form to him. And this is one question. And second, he showed the form which we pray as Narayana. He showed it twice to Arjuna. What is the reason behind this? I could not understand that.
What is this showing it twice?
Pardon, Nanaji?
I'll explain. Ante, he has shown his cosmic form, Vishwarupa. Also, he's shown his Chaturbhuja.
No, I did not understand
Huh.
the import to the first question. One. Second question, when did he show the cosmic form a second time?
Not second time. He showed two forms. He showed his cosmic form and he showed also his Chaturbhuja form, right?
Chaturbhuja form is his normal form.
Chaturbhuja form. Dvibhuja form is his normal form.
Pardon?
Did he have
That
him
Chaturbhuja
having
form.
two hands is normal?
Wait a minute, Bhramara. That Chaturbhuja form is his normal form. It is different. That is the normal form of Kitaya in the Dwapara Yuga. Okay? It is not the form of, Kitaya you see in the movies, where only two hands are shown.
Oh, okay.
He is always with four hands. Always with four hands. That is why Arjuna says, I want to see your original form. I want to see your original form. And that original form, which includes the Chaturbhujena. In the 46th verse, I think, he says, Arjuna, Kiritinam Gadinam Chakrahastam, Ichhami Tvam Drashtumaham Tadaiva, Tenaiva Rupena Chaturbhujena. Chaturbhuj Tenaiva Rupena, your own normal form, original form. Chaturbhujena Sahasrabaho Bhava Vishwamurte. I want to see you decorated with the crown and holding the Gada. And what is the name of the Gada? Kaumodika.
Kaumodika.
Chakram. Chakram. What is the name of the Chakram?
Sudarshan Chakra.
Sudarshana. Okay? Chakrahastam. That I want to see you adorned with the crown and holding the Kaumodika and having your Chakram, Sudarshana Chakram in one hand. Chakrahastam. Ichhami tvam drashtum. Ichhami drashtum. Drashtum ichhami. I would like to see. And Tenaiva Rupena, that alone I want to see that original form. It is not another Vishwarupa. Okay? The second Vishwarupa is what he has shown. But he has shown that is true.
No, but in the Bhagavatam, it's not mentioned that Krishna has four hands, no?
But see, whenever there is any clash between the Upanishads and even the Gita, Upanishads take the cake. And if there is any clash between the Upanishads, the Gita, and the Puranas are simply sublated. All right?
Okay, got it.
They are only to arouse the noble emotions in bhaktas like you and I. Okay? Their purpose is only that. If there is any debate whether that is true or not, what is true is mentioned in the Upanishads and the Gita, the Vedas, they take the cake. Okay.
Okay, done.
What is mentioned, I tell you what, you people will be surprised to know. Between the Bhagavatam and Mahabharatam, Mahabharatam is considered the Panchama Veda. There have been instances of a lot of departures in the depiction of some stories. Like in the opening stories, the King Parikshit, how he was cursed, and later on he breathed his last. How this happened was mentioned very, very cleanly, very, very clearly, and without any shade of doubt in the Mahabharatam. Whereas what was mentioned in the Bhagavatam is quite different. And people say the author is the same for both, which becomes a debating point. If the author is the same, why are these departures? What I'm saying is, between Bhagavatam and Mahabharatam, if there is a clash, Mahabharatam takes the cake. In the Mahabharatam, there is no mention of Shukamunindra at all, teaching the
Bhagavatam too.
Advaitam too,
Mm.
there is no mention at all in the Mahabharata. Whereas that is how it happened in Bhagavatam. And you tend to like it. Sukamuni, okay? Shuka Maharshi coming and teaching on the banks of the Ganges to not only Parikshit, to a number of Maharshis, to a number of great bhaktas, sadhakas. That's a very noble, depiction. You will perhaps tend to like it, but there is a difference. If you start debating whether indeed it is Vyasa Maharsha who has done this, well, you debate. But that's what I'm saying. So there is no second Vishwarupa at all. It's only one Vishwarupa. Bhaktya Tvananyaya Shakya Aham Yevam Vidhojjuna. Your first question was related to the 54th verse also, is it not? Madam, your 53rd verse you said, Naham Vedairna Tapasa, Nadanena Nachejaya, Shakyaye Mamido Drashtum, Drushtavanasi Mam Yatha. The madam who made that question, is she there?
Yeah, I think she may be busy. She may not be able to.
To unmute. It
No,
is this
Please,
verse only fifth.
I missed the purport of the
it-
first question. What is the essence of the first question?
Bhagwan has said
In
the qualities.
one small line. What is the question?
Yeah, yes, Nanaji. Bhagwan has said the qualities who can see the cosmic form. So he has negated that study of Vedas or practicing these aesthetics, these practices by charity or by worship, you cannot see my cosmic form. So why Arjuna was shown this cosmic form? That query I had.
Yeah, that is the query. Okay. And Bhagavan has mentioned that in the 10th chapter, because you are my bhakta, you are my sakha, you are my priya, I have been doing all this for you. Bhagavan has acknowledged that Arjuna is his bhakta. And because he is the bhakta, he was shown the Vishwarupam, Bhaktya, endowed with bhakti only. Two, Ananyaya Shikyaha, Ananya Bhakti, bhakti which does not waver. Avyabhicharini Bhakti. Avyabhicharini Bhakti. In the 30th chapter he says, Bhakti Avyabhicharini. That kind of a bhakti which does not shake. And what kind of a bhakti does not shake? In the 6th chapter, beautiful verses there. Yatha deepo nivatasto nengate sopama smrutaha yogino yata chittasya yunjeto yogamatmanaha. Like even the simile given is, if there is a lamp and hidden by some kind of a glass dome, yatha deepo nivatastaha. Nivatastaha. It is placed in a place where there is no trouble with the wind. Nivatastaha. Nengate. It does not flicker. It does not move. The flame of the lamp does not move at all. Like that, this kind of an ananya bhakti. Bhaktya tu ananyaya bhaktya tu shikya. It is possible to see my form. Aham yevam vidhojjuna. And after having seen, jnatum drashtum kya tatvena praveshtum kya parantapa. Beautiful. What Bhagavan is saying is, hey Arjuna, don't simply limit yourself to seeing my Vishwarupa. This is another Drishyam. And what is a Drishyam? What happens to the Drishyam? Yet Drishyam tat nashyati. Whatever is the Drishyam, that evaporates. So too is the Vishwarupam. The Vishwarupam was shown and withdrawn. Like the sunrise and the sun has set. The risen sun has set. When that happens, it is Drishyam, is it not? It comes and goes. Agama payinaha anityaha. Agama payinaha anityaha. So this kind of a thing you have seen. Jnatum drashtum cha tatvena. After having analyzed this Vishwarupa, understanding that, okay, tatvena, in reality, praveshtuncha parantapa. Praveshtuncha parantapa, enter me. Enter me how? In the 55th verse it is mentioned. Mat karma kutun mat paramaha, mat bhakta sangavajjitaha, nirvaira sarvabhuteshu yasamameti pandava. All right, madam? Did I answer your question?
Yes, Nanaji. Thank you, Nanaji.
Thank you.
There is a Krishna tells Arjuna he's giving him Divya Chakshu to see the cosmic form, which is different from Jnana Chakshu, which is why he still has that difference. He sees himself as separate from the cosmic form, which is why he gets so scared.
Correct.
What is the difference between this Divya Chakshu and Jnana Chakshu?
Divya Chakshu is still with Ajnanam. Jnana Chakshu is devoid of Ajnanam.
But why did, of course, it's not a question that is just cropping up, but why did he not give Arjuna the Jnana Chakshu? He was dear to him as a devotee. Unless you have grace of Bhagwan, you cannot get the Jnana Chakshu.
Jnana Chakshu even Kittaya cannot give. Even Kittaya cannot give. It is something you have to obtain yourself. You have to uddhaded atmanatmanam atmanam avasadayet. Atmaiva hyatmano bandhuhu atmaiva ripuratmanaha. Whose is Ajnanam? Kittayas or yours? The Ajnanam is bothering you or Kittaya?
Me.
If it is bothering you, how can Kittaya remove that totally? He can only help remove. He can guide you. He can light the lamp. And in the darkness, he will show you the path. You have to walk the path. You can't have Kittaya walk the path and you go to the destination. You will be where you started. That's all. That is the Jnana Chakshu. That cannot be given. When in the 18th chapter, the Charama Sloka, 66th verse, I think, Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam raja aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchaha. That mokshayishyami should not be misunderstood as giving him jnana chakshu. It is simply not possible even for Kitaya. It is simply not possible because if the problem is mine, if I have the stomach ache, I have to take the proper medicine. If Kitaya takes that medicine, how can my stomach ache go away? When that is so, in relation to this dirty body of mine, what to speak of jnana, what to speak of my swabhava, which is not ajnana kalushitam, which is free from ajnana, and I have to free myself from the clutches of ajnana. I have to do that. Everybody will have to do that. People say Guru will give you moksham. It is only kind of symbolic. They will guide you properly so you can walk the path given, shown by the Guru. Same thing with Kitaya. Ajnana kalusham jivam jnana abhyasat vinirmalam. The jiva jnana abhyasat vinirmalam. Nobody can help. They can help to an extent of guiding you. That is the purpose of the Guru. Okay?
But isn't it said that when you clean your place, there is this Antakarana Shuddhi and there is Antakarana nice.
I thought you would ask the question differently. How did Kitaya give the Divya Chakshu? This question I went on putting to myself. I could not find an answer. And I just satisfied myself saying, if Kitaya can do wonders, if Kitaya can show the Vishwarupam to Arjuna, what is the great thing in giving the Divya Chakshu to Arjuna? He has given the Divya Chakshu. And I have related this doubt of mine to the movies we have been seeing. The movies, 3D movies. I think most of you have seen 3D movies, isn't it? When you go to the theater, they will give you a special pair of glasses with which you see the movie. Otherwise, when you are seeing in the movie some tiger pouncing on some deer, it looks as though without the glasses, the tiger is pouncing on you. And it could be very, very bad for your physiology, for the heart especially. When that is given by the theater owner, that is a kind of a Divya Chakshu for seeing the 3D movie. What is so very big for Kitaya to give Divya Chakshu to Arjuna? But he cannot give the Jnana Chakshu. Divyam dadamite Jnana Chakshu, he did not say. Divyam dadamite. Divyam, divine. Divyam dadamite. Pashyame yogamaishwaram. Is that okay, Brahmara?
Yes, Nanna. But isn't it mentioned in the Gita that when you attain this Antakarana Shuddhi by practice of Karma Yoga, and then you have that Antakarana Naishchalya, then it is with the grace of the divine that the light of knowledge is lit. Isn't that what is the import? So there is that element of grace required for that ultimate lamp of knowledge to be lit.
Correct.
You do your preparation correct, but grace of the divine is ultimately required, no? Isn't that the understanding?
True. True, that is required. See, what we don't see, the kind of obstacles which may bar us from traveling to our goal, those obstacles, even if we don't see, by the grace of the Lord, by the grace of the Guru, those obstacles are removed. Those obstacles are removed. When the obstacles are removed, you walk the path very nicely without any trouble. And that is the purpose of all the sadhanas, the karma yoga, anushtana. That is the purpose. You have to have a very clean mind. Antakarana shuddhi. That is most important. And what kind of an antakarana shuddhi? Repeatedly, Kitaya has mentioned the qualities of a person having antakarana shuddhi. What does he do? He does mat karma. And he takes Kitaya as mat paramaha. And Kitaya is his divine guru. That is why he becomes Madbhaktaha. Madbhaktaha. And without any attachment. Sangavarjitaha. These are all the qualities that will radiate from Antakarana Shuddhi. Sangavarjitaha. You check yourself. Are you devoid of attachment? Are you having supreme bhakti? Are you doing all activities unto Kitaya? And what are the activities unto Kitaya? Manava Sevaye, Madhava Seva. Are you doing that? Are you having unenemical attitude to whoever you see? Nirvaira Sarvabhuteshu. That bhuta includes avaram jangamam, both animate and inanimate. Avaram jangamam yaptam yatkinchit sacharacharam. Tapadam darshitam yena. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. You prostrate to not to the ordinary people, to people who are capable of guiding you in the proper direction. Antakarana Shuddhi will manifest in all these ways. Nirvaira Sarvabhuteshu. No enmity at all. Maitraha Karunayevacha. All these are required. Antakarana Shuddhi is not an easily obtainable thing. It is obtainable by incessant adherence to Karma Yoga. Incessant adherence. That is why in the 5th chapter, Bhagavan says, compared to sannyasa, Karma Yoga visishyate. Sannyasa Karma Yogasya nishreyasakara vubhau tayostu karma sannyasat Karma Yoga visishyate. Karma Yoga is said to be supreme, even considered to sannyasa, because sannyasastu mahabaho dukkhamaptum ayogataha. If you are not qualified enough for sannyasa, without the antakarana shuddhi, like without any disengagement from all kinds of attachments, if you do not have this, you are not a fit person for sannyasa. And if you take sannyasa in that condition, dukkhamaptum ayogataha, without the proper preparation, without the proper qualification, sannyasam dukkhamaptum, you will be afflicted with a lot of sorrow. That is what we have been seeing in this world. A lot of people have taken to sannyasa, but they do all activities like an asanyasi, like grihastha they do. And what is that sannyasa? What is that sannyasa is what? Nirvaira sarvabhuteshu. That is sannyasa. And no activity at all shastra vihita karma. He is absolved from doing. But why is he doing? This is sannyasi, so-called sannyasi. Why is he doing so many activities? He does yajnam, he does yagam, and he calls himself sannyasi. What is all that? Is it not a blot on the sannyasa ashrama? Sannyasam. And when you take to sannyasa, I believe, you take a vow. Take a vow, saying, I will have no enmity at all towards anybody. Everybody will be likable by me. Everybody will be dear to me. And I'm not going to compete in the world. I'm not going to compete in the sense, I'm not going to try even for name and fame. And so-called sannyasis of today, they have been trying incessantly for name and fame and trying to establish themselves. And you call that sannyasa? Dukkhamaptum ayogataha. If they do not do that, if they do not try for that name and fame, they will be afflicted with a lot of sorrow. So they want to get rid of that sorrow, and they are doing activities like you and I, grihasthas. And they're supposed to be sannyasis. Sannyasa is what? Jnana sampraptyardham aham sannyasa ashramam swikaromi. Enough of all these activities. I have Name padhaste kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana. Kitaya said, I have nothing to do in all the three worlds. I have nothing to do. If the sannyasa can say that, if the sannyasi can say that, then that is fine. That is a good sannyasa. Anyway, these are the distortions maybe wrought by the vagaries of time. What was mentioned in the Dwapar Yuga by Bhagavan Ketaya, what was mentioned in the earlier yugas through the Upanishads, maybe the yugas have had an effect on the Dharma Anushtana. Dharma Anushtana includes the Ashrama Dharmas also. If I take to sannyasa and I do not live up to the sannyasa ashrama's diktats, I have wrongly taken to sannyasa. Just for what? For what? And sannyasi is supposed not to stay in a place for more than one night. And these days we have seen a lot of sannyasis who have very, very big ashramas. They stay there permanently. That is called sannyasa. Okay? That is the Kali Yuga sannyasa. This is a distortion on the sannyasa ashrama. It's okay. Right. Any other question? Oh, already 8:15.
Nana ji, world has expanded so much. World has expanded so much to reach to the many people. We need to move to the more people. So sannyasi is spreading his knowledge to the world. In the previous era, we don't know how much was the world and how many people were following the Hindu Sanatan Dharma or our scriptures. So without attaching and bringing more people on this path, without attachment, is not a sannyasa.
Yeah, that becomes debatable, because if you do not have knowledge yourself, okay, how do you pride yourself into trying to spread that knowledge to others? You yourself are knowledgeless, devoid of knowledge. Do you have Atma Vidya? Are you an Atma Jnani? If you are an Atma Jnani, who I am an Ajnani, you will look at me as a Jnani indeed. And when you look at me as a Jnani, what is the need for you to teach me Jnanam? What audacity? Why are you taking pride in spreading knowledge which you do not have? What is mentioned in the books? You simply, like a parrot, keep on repeating. That is not spreading knowledge. Swanubhavena, out of your own anubhava, whatever you have gained. If you are spreading that, that's fine. But are you doing that? If you are not doing that, you are only deceiving yourself. I'm not saying deceiving others. You are deceiving yourself into believing that you are a jnani, which you are not. If you are a jnani, you will not do what all you are doing. There is a need for a jnani to keep on teaching. Where is it need? See, if I need the jnanam, I go to the jnani, prostrate to him. Pranipatena, pariprasnena sevaya, upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninaha tattvadarshanaha. Those people I go to prostrate, seek knowledge from them, and that is when they give whatever they have gained. It's not as though they keep on spreading knowledge, collecting a lot of money in respect of spreading that knowledge. Vedic knowledge is supposed to be free for all. And why are you collecting money for that? Why are you collecting money, what is mentioned in the Veda, and you are only repeating like a parrot? And you are taking a lot of money for that. What for are you doing this? Are you not deceiving yourself? Vedic dharma is free for all. It is free for all. All Upanishads, anybody can lay hands on to them, study, understand. If there are doubts, then go to a higher level person who can perhaps teach. Okay? This kind of an arrogance in trying to assume that I want to teach millions, I myself not being fit for that, is arrogance, absolute arrogance. And it is the height of deceit for oneself. I'm deceiving myself. That means what? Kitaya says, if you are doing this is a Rajasic attitude, and those persons will remain where they are. In the 14th chapter, he says that they will remain where they are. Urdhvam gacchante sattvastaha, madhye tishtante rajasaha. Madhye tishtante rajasaha. People with a Rajasic attitude, they will remain where they are. Urdhvam gacchante sattvastaha. People endowed with sattva-guna. Urdhvam gachanti, they keep on ascending towards Atma-jnana. That's it. We must understand cleanly. See, there's nothing wrong in venerating a knowledgeable person, but considering that that person is Kitaya is wrong. What I'm saying is, you must have the wisdom to know that you are an Ajnani, and you must also have the wisdom to know who indeed is fit for lifting you from this Ajnanam. You must have that wisdom. You can't be credulous in believing everybody to be Kitaya. No, it is not, because it's not going to help you. You want to progress, or you want to simply remain where you are? You want to have some accelerated pressure of the mind, or you want to have an absolutely clean mind? What is your aim? What do you want? You must know what you want. When you know what you want cleanly and without any inhibitions, without any attachments, you getting attached to some one guru is a kind of an attachment. Kitaya is saying, Sangavajitaha, Nirvaira Sarvabhuteshu, Sangavadhyataha, and you are getting attached. If not to coffee and tea, you are getting attached to a person. You are getting detached to your husband. You are getting attached to some kind of another person who you think is Kitaya, which is wrong. Which to my mind is not beneficial to you. Okay. Brahmara, I would prefer any questions to be kind of posted on the Zoom like a text. It's much easier for me to understand the question, because the Wi-Fi is one thing and my hearing ability, which is also, that's another. These will be taken care of if I can see the question in the text form.
Okay.
I will understand.
Okay. Bela, I think, has a question.
Hari
Bela?
Om, Nanaji. Yeah, actually, my question is already answered just now. I had the question about the Sangha Varjita part. When we are considering the whole world as our own, but there also I'm getting, like when I'm doing the work, teaching Sanskrit to everybody free of cost, to especially I have started with the small children, but there also this asangoham, nisangoham, that again and again I'm reminding myself, but I'm getting attached to that part. So how to stay aloof even in that? I feel that it is giving, again, I mean, that raga is coming, Nanaji. So again, I believe that it will, I mean, I have started giving priority to only that and ignoring the rest of the things of my life. So how to remain that sthita prajnata, although you have answered, Nanaji, very beautifully right now. But still, I want to have some guidance from you, Nanaji.
Some clarity, yeah. You
Yes.
opened the topic of Sthita Prajna. Sthita Prajna. And how would he be? What are the qualities of the Sthita Prajna?
Yeah, that he remains Shitoshna Sukha Dukkheshu.
Anudvignamanaha. Anudvignamanaha. When you are beset with a lot of sorrowful situation. Anudvignamanaha. Are you unsettled in the mind? If you are not, you have the quality of a Sthita Prajna. That's not the only one. Dukkeshu anudvignamanaha. Sukheshu vigata spruhaha. If something very pleasant happens, are you not celebrating? Nothing wrong in celebrating, nothing wrong in celebrating, but understand that celebration is limited to your body. And the mind, as a sakshi, as a witness, has been appreciating that. If you have that attitude, you can celebrate. Ketaya also has celebrated. Ketaya married 16,008 wives. Okay? And he celebrated. He was a very good husband to every one of them. And he was Dukkeshu Anudvignamanaha, Sukheshu Vigataspruhaha, Vetaragaha, no raga, Vetaraga Bhaya Krodaha, no bhayam. If I go to this wife, the other wife may get annoyed with me. That kind of a bhayam is not there at all. Because he was capable of being present at the same time, Yugapata, simultaneously at the palaces of all the 16,008 ladies. He was capable. He was capable. You and I are not capable. We have a limited power. Understanding this, if we can conform to this, dukkeshu anudvigna manaha, sukeshu vigata spruhaha, vetaraga bhaya krodaha, sthitadhihi, and that's important. You must have a firm mind. Sthita dhihi. And that dhi must always be appreciating the samavastu. What is that samavastu? Samavastu is Ketaya alone. Tvameva. That samavastu is Tvameva. You alone is the samavastu. Atma eva. Atma eva idam sarvam. Nehana nasti kinchana. There is nothing other than Atma. There are no different things here. This is the Upanishad Vakyam. Nehana nasti kinchana. Na iha nanaha asti. There are no different things. But what you and I see are different things. We see a husband, we see a child, and the child is mine. The neighbor's child is not mine. Okay? Nanaha asti. The love I bestow on my child, I will be incapable of bestowing the same love on the neighbor's child. Nanaha asti. And Upanishad says, Nehana nasti kinchana. If you can do that, then you have graduated to the level Ketaya wanted you to go. That is the kind of a guidance the Guru and Ketaya can give. They can't, they are helpless in eradicating totally your ajnana. They can only help you get rid of ajnana, because ajnana is in your mind. And in your mind only, the jnana will have to take place. Manasai vedamaptavyam. With the mind only, this must be obtained. Manasai vedamaptavyam. With the mind only, it is possible to appreciate your tattva. What is your tattva? Your tattva is what? In the Tattva Bodha, what did we learn?
The
Who are you?
Panchamaha. We are not the body. It is only the.
Not the body. Okay. Sthola Sukshma Karana Sharirat Vyatiriktaha Panchakosha Atitaha Avastatraya Sakshi Satchit Ananda Swarupaha Ahamasmi. Are we in a position to claim that Ahamasmi? That I am. That is the purpose of all this sadhana. All this sadhana is not for simple enlightenment of the dull mind. It is for uplifting ourselves to a state where we conform to the 55th verse of the 11th chapter. Mat karma krun mat paramaha, mat bhakta sangha vajjitaha, nirvaira sarva bhuteshu, yaha, whoever is there, saha, that person, Mameti Pandava, he will attain to me. He is indeed I. There is no difference between he and I. Atmaupamyena sarvatra samam pashyate yorjuna sukham vaya diva dukkham sayogi paramo mataha. That kind of an attitude we must have. All these prescriptions have been given throughout the Gita by Ketaya in different verses. Through all the chapters of the Gita, he has given. Understand properly.
Yeah, my question is, Nanaji, about the raga for the Sangha. That's what, like Bhagwan is saying, Sangha Varjita. But when we are doing this, when you take up any activity for it is not, I know, I am again and again telling, it is not for others, it is for my own Antakarana Shuddhi. I am not obliging anybody else, I am obliging only myself by doing the activity. But again, that attachment is coming, Nanaji, that raga is again and again,
be aware of that. It is samskara janitam. This raga is samskara janitam. Aneka janma samprapta karma bandha vidahino atma jnana pradhanena tasmai shri gurave namaha. Don't we chant that? Aneka janma samprapta karma bandha vidahine That karma bandha vidahine, that karma bandham, the bondage created by my own self through several other janmas previously. That bandha vidahine, that bandha, he is a remover. The Guru is a remover of that bandha. Karma bandha vidahine, atma jnana pradhanena, tasmai Shri Gurave namaha. Understand that this raga which is not leaving you and I, it is because of our samskara. Our samskaras previously have been so very intensely oriented towards the karma phala, and because of that, we are unable to get rid of this raga, unable to get rid of dvesha. Understand and make an effort. It will slowly evaporate. It must be evaporated. Like when we do puja to Bhagavan, we do arati, no? When we do the arati, what happens to the camphor piece?
Yeah, it gets evaporated,
How does it go away? How does it go?
burning
Fire, with the fire.
fire. Yeah.
What is the fire we require to get rid of raga, dvesha? Which are like the camphor tablet? We require jnana agni. Jnana agni. That jnana agni obtained through the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita.
Purana, Bhagavad Gita.
Teachings of the Puranas. What is contained in the Upanishads. The Atma Jnana Pradhanena. And that camphor will slowly evaporate. And when all is evaporated, there is no more camphor. Which is bothering you? Which is bothering you? So this must be appreciated. Raga and Dvesha. If they are not going, we should not condemn ourselves. Because if we condemn ourselves, 6th chapter, Bhagavan, how beautifully he has warned all of us. You have to make an effort to lift yourself up by yourself. There is no other way. Uddhare atmanatmanam. You have to lift yourself up by yourself. And in this succeeding verse, Bandhuratma atmanastasya enatmaevatmana yataha. The mind which you try to master, try to befriend the mind, that mind becomes as though your friend. And if you don't do that, that mind itself becomes as though your enemy. Bandhuratma atmanastasya enatmaivatmana yataha anatmanastu shatrutve vartate. It will behave as though it is your enemy. Understand. It's a matter of understanding. Why raga is not going? Because of the samskara bhava. When we go to sleep, why do we get up? Sleep is, especially the deep sleep state, it is so very comforting, is it not? Why do we have to make an effort to get out of that? Do we make an effort to get out of that? Or effortlessly we get out?
Effortlessly.
Effortlessly. What is that effortlessly? What is the effort which renders me effortlessly get out of the sleep state? It is the samskara. That must be appreciated. That cannot be negated. That is there. That is there like a SIM card. That is there. As long as that is there, it keeps on answering my demands, the demands of the mind. Mind will say, get up. You have to do this activity, that activity. You promised him you will do that. You promised her you will go there. You promised this person that you will take him here. All these will make you get up. Samskara charitam. The samskara, that must be understood. And slowly, we must acquire as the good samskaras to eliminate the bad samskaras and later on even drop the good samskaras. Because samskara also have the nature of binding you.
Correct, Nanaji.
In the 90th chapter, Bhagavan says, Shubha Ashubha Phalairevam Mokshasya karma bandhanaihi. In respect of moksha, Shubha, Ashubha phalas, both of these karma bandhanaihi, they bind you. And you have to get rid of both. So good samskaras you acquire and afterwards drop them also. Drop them.
Dhanyavad, Nanaji. Continue, Shav.
Sthita prajna. Bhagavan says, Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehinaha. When you are not feeding the senses, niraharasya dehinaha, vishayaha vinivartante. The objects of the sense organs, they will as though go away. But the power of the objects which have been binding you earlier. Take for instance, you are addicted to coffee. You have been drinking some dozen cups of coffee. Suddenly you are awakened into believing the coffee is not good for you and you have given up. One day you have given up and that continued for a month. And on the first of the next month, there was an urge for coffee. Where is this urge coming from? Vishayaha vinivartante niraharasya dehinaha. For the month of January, you have given for 31 days, you have given up coffee. And on the 1st of February, why is the mind demanding coffee? Why?
Purva Sanskara, that Vishaya,
Vasana, previous vasana.
previous Vasana.
That you have acquired in this life. In this life.
Mm.
Drinking coffee a dozen times every day, that has generated a kind of a samskara in you, which has driven you on the 1st of February to as though demand coffee.
Mm.
And even that, when will it go? Niraharasya dehinaha rasavajyam. That rasavajyam, that vajyam is getting rid of that rasa, that kind of samskara janita bhavana, that rasa. Rasavajyam rasopyasya. That will go away when rasavajyam rasopyasya param društva nivartate. Param društva. You must be at the feet of Kitaya all the time.
Lord.
Param društva nivartate. It will go only thus. No other way will it go. No other way. So don't you be worried about the samskara janita bhavana that is part of you. Slowly dissolve that. Make an effort to dissolve those.
We seek your blessing, Nanaji, always. Dhanyavad for your blessing so far. The journey is so beautiful. I'm so grateful to you, Nanaji, for your blessings. Always.
I'm Sahadhyayi. Okay, I can wish you well and invoke Kitaya's blessings on all of you. Okay, I myself don't have the power to bless. I have the power to wish well. I wish everybody well. Okay, wishing everybody.
So far it has done magic, Nanaji. So far it has been very magical, especially in my life I'm talking about. It is very magical. So continue showering your blessings. And really we are so grateful, Nanaji. Dhanyavad, Brahmaraji and Nanaji.
I am very, very happy. What little I am saying, if it has been helpful, it is Kitaya's grace.
Nanna, there are 2 questions that Dr. Savita has put in the chat. Can you open the chat and you'll be able to read it?
Oh, can it be in text form?
It's in text form. She's written it down in the chat.
I have to go to chat,
Yes.
And then do what? Okay. Death, yeah. Savita Malik, very good. Death in one's own dharma is better, but following dharma of another is fraught with fear. Why the feeling of fear is there? Okay. Yeah, I will answer the first question first, then go to the next one. Hey, Okay. Yeah. The first question is, why is the fear there? Right. Supposing Savita Malik, okay, you raise a very good question. Almost at the end of the third chapter, this question was raised and answered effectively by Gita. Shreyam swadharmo vigunaha paradharmatso anushtitat swadharme nidhanam shreyaha paradharmo bhayavaha. This can be answered in one of two ways. One is, supposing Savita ji, you are in your normal activities. You are a lawyer, you are a doctor, you are a teacher, you are a mother, okay? All these things, or perhaps all these things rolled into one. But you would like to be like what Mrs. Gandhi was, Mrs. Indira Gandhi was, the Prime Minister of the country. Supposing you are given the crown, you become the Prime Minister of India. That becomes a paradharma. Swadharma is what? You being your lawyer, you practicing law, or you are a doctor, you're practicing medicine, you as a teacher, and giving a lot of knowledge to a lot of young children. All these things are swadharma. In that swadharma, nidhanam shreya. All of us will perish one day. And that perishing is to be preferred in the conformance to swadharma. Paradharmo bhayavaha. Being in the shoes of Indira Gandhi becomes very, very frightening, because you have to govern, my God, 24 or more states of the country, and you have to govern yourself from encroachment by the inimical attitudes of the neighboring countries, and you have to govern the country very effectively, very nicely. You must feed the 1.4 billion people nicely. You must ensure that there is nobody who is dying of hunger. You must ensure that everybody is educated properly. All these things will have to be done. And my God, when you are a lawyer, you have not been doing this. When you are a doctor, you have not been doing this. As a teacher, you have never done that. And all these things you have to ensure are done properly. If they are not done properly, you will be frightened. Paradharmo bhayavaha. This is one way of answering. The actual way of answering is, Swadharma is what? What is your dharma? What is the meaning of dharma? The essential nature of anything. What is the dharma of the sugar crystal? What is its dharma? Is it the dharma to be white? Is it the dharma to be brown? Is it the dharma to be in crystalline form? Is it the dharma to be in powder form? Is it the dharma to be in liquid form? What is the dharma? The dharma is what? Being sweet. In no matter what form it is sweet. That is the dharma of sugar. And such like the dharma of salt is what? That is also white. It can be in crystalline form. It can be in powder form. It can be liquid. All those things are the attributes of that. It's not the dharma. Dharma of salt is to be salty, unlike sugar, which is sweety. These are the dharmas. And what is your dharma? What is your swadharma? Are you a lady? Are you a gent? Are you a mother? Are you a lawyer? Are you a doctor? Are you a teacher? Are you a good citizen of the country? What are you beyond all these things? What are you effectively? What are you? If your mind is happy once in a while, what makes it happy? What is that happiness? Have you ever pondered about this? That becomes your dharma. That swadharma is that. Swadharma is being happy all the time. Satchit Ananda Swarupaha Aham. Ananda Swarupaha. I am the Ananda Swarupa. That is my dharma. And in the pursuit of discovering that swadharma, Nidhanam Shreyaha. Even death is to be preferred in the pursuit of discovering who indeed I am. Swadharme Nidhanam Shreyaha. Paradharmo. Paradharmo means all these other activities, all these empirical activities, like going to the court and arguing my case. As I'm a lawyer, I'm a famed lawyer. Okay? I keep on arguing and winning the cases. That becomes paradharma. I keep on practicing medicine. Okay, this patient I have cured, this patient in spite of my best efforts is no more. All these things, I have given the best of medicines. I have studied adequately. Whenever I had a doubt regarding treatment of a particular person, I consulted the textbooks. I have consulted like-minded people, my colleagues, and based on that only I have given the treatment. All these things become paradharma. Same thing with teaching, paradharma. Paradharmo bhayavaha. All these things are obstacles in the path of your rediscovery of who indeed you are. Are they not obstacles? They have been swallowing your time, and your time is required to be bestowed on Atma Jnana Samupadjana. All these things are coming in the way. That is why Paradharmo Bhayavaha. That is the answer to your first question. Your next question is, Savitaji, 1/4 of Bhagavan pervades the entire world. Rest 3/4, which is not visible. Is it totally about the infinite knowledge of Atma, of something else is also included? No. This 1/4 is what? This 1/4 is what? Ekam Shena Sthito Jagat. That is in the 10th chapter towards the end he has mentioned. You are referring to that verse perhaps? Am I right? Edyat Vibhuti Matsattam Sri Madhujit Menama Tattadeva Vagachatvam Mama Tejumshat Sambhavam. Are you referring to that, Savita Malikji?
Yes, Nanaji, it is in the initial introduction of chapter 11 that we were reading before Arjuna Vacha.
Correct. Okay.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that is only kind of to be taken as symbolic. Out of one amsha of me. One amsha means one iota of me. What is that iota? Iota can be 1/4. It can be 100. It can be 1,000. It can be 1 billion. It can be highly so infinitesimal that you cannot even be cognizant of that. Amsha. Amsha is what? Light. The sun gives a lot of light. And each one of the sun rays is called Amsha. Each one of those is called Amsha. And how many Amshas he has got? Sun? Can you count? Billions and billions and billions. 1/4 of Bhagavan pervades the entire world. 3/4, which is not visible, is it totally about the infinite knowledge of Atma or something else is also included? It is not about just the infinite knowledge of the Atma. It is about himself. It is about himself. It is the Tattva. What is the Tattva? Stula Sukshma Karana Sharirat Vyatiriktaha. Avasthatraya Sakshi. Panchakosha Atitaha. All these things, when they are removed, what remains is that. Whatever remains is that. Neti neti iti vakyataha. Bujjadaikyam Atmanaha. You have to understand the identity between you and Atma. Neti neti iti vakyataha. Keep on negating that you are not this, not this, not this, not this. This not this includes even the 3/4. You have to keep on negating what Bhagavan has shown. Is it Atma? Is the Vishwarupa what Bhagavan has shown? Is it Atma or Anatma? Vishwarupa, is it Atma or Anatma?
Anatma.
Anatma. Is it not? Why is it Anatma? Because you are looking at it like a movie.
Yeah.
That you come out of the movie theater, movie is gone. And so too, you come out of the trance which Bhagavan has bestowed on you by giving you the Divya Chakshu. And when the Divya Chakshu is withdrawn, Vishwarupa is gone. Agamapayinaha, Anityaha. And that is a Drishyam. And that is generated by Bhagavan because of his yoga Shakti. Because of his yoga Shakti. In the ultimate verse of the Gita, what does Sanjaya say? Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno, Yatra Padho Dhanuddhara, Yatra Yogeshwaraha. Yatra Yogeshwaraha. What is it that he is not capable of doing? He will, as though, like the sun gives his rays at the time of dawn. At the time of dawn, he gives his rays immensely throughout the entire world. And Bhagavan has created all these worlds very, very effortlessly. That Ekamshena is that. And the 3 other Amshas. It is not just for this or that. It is his Swabhava. It is his Swabhava, Bhagavan's Swabhava. Like your Swabhava is Atma, Bhagavan's Swabhava also is Atma. It is not a different Atma, it is indeed Atma alone. Atma ekam, na bhinnam. Okay? The 3/4, is it totally about the infinite knowledge of Atma or something else? No. You see, it must be considered as kind of symbolic. Ekamshena sthito jagat. That means by a mere iota of me, I am available throughout all the 14 worlds. I've created all these worlds. Maya jakshena prakritihi suyate sachara acharam. Maya jakshena, by my mere presence, I did not do anything. By my mere presence, Prakriti does everything. Same thing. This 1/4 and 3/4, all these things, they are the Swabhava of the Adhyaksha. Maya Adhyakshena Prakritihi Suyate Sacharacharam. Anena Hetuna Jagat Viparivartate. Because of this, the words will keep on evolving and keep on getting sustained. Ekamshena Sthito Jagat. Yeah. So that is how it is. So all the best to all of you for 12th chapter. Maybe you have already started today. I don't know.
We'll start from tomorrow, Nanna.
Dr. Ganga, I have written something in the room.
Pardon?
Let
Can
me
you
see.
see?
No, I did not understand. Why the feeling of fear is there? Okay.
The group, not in the chat here. Just let me retrieve that and talk about it. She says, we discussed about discipline of time for our puja, but sometimes other works take priority over this and puja gets postponed, or we have to do it later attitude. Can you please clarify that point with Nanna, what to do in such situations and how to handle such situations?
Yeah, well, I did not get the question.
No, it is that when
Can you
you
type
have,
it out?
it is typed out in the, okay, let me put it in the, I'll copy it and post it there. 1 second. Okay, I've just posted it in the chat, Nanna. If you can read that, please.
You have given in the chat, huh?
That's a question from Dr. Renu. I posted it, so it'll come under my name.
Wait a minute. Even the chart is missing from me.
You just tap on the laptop and it will show up down.
More. Chart, I got chart.
Okay.
Okay. Chart is there, but team chart. Okay. I'm not able to get that.
Okay, can I read it for you? Are you able to hear my voice?
Okay.
I'll just read it for you. She says, we discussed about discipline of time for our puja, but sometimes puja, discipline, you want to do something like puja, japa and everything you want to do. But sometimes there are other works that take priority over this and puja gets postponed.
Okay.
Or we have this attitude, I will do it later.
Okay.
Can you please clarify what to do in such situations and how to handle such situations?
Okay. Easy. Now, by postponing, are you feeling guilty? By postponing, are you feeling guilty? Are you getting me?
Yes, she says, yes, she's feeling guilty. I think the problem is
you are feeling guilty. That when you are feeling guilty, that means whatever activity which has kind of, so to say, usurped your puja, it's not so important. If you're feeling guilty, really, the other activity which has sidelined your puja activity is not so very important. Understand that. If you're not feeling guilty, yeah, the other activity you had to do in your workaday, dharma, you had to do that and you do it. And afterwards come back and do your puja. Nothing wrong. And while you are doing the other activity, you have your mind soaked with the bhavana of Kitaya. Whatever you do, yat karoshi, yadashnasi, yadjuhoshi, dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurushva madarpanam. Whatever activity you do, you have me as underlying influence. It is because of me you are able to do anything. It is because of me you are able to move your hand. It is because of me you are able to think. It is because of me you are able to move from place to place. Because of me you are able to carry out some activities. It is because of me. have that bhavana, then that is much more than your japa and puja. Your japa and puja may be simply done automatically, like a mundane activity. Much better than that is the bhavana that you have in doing any other activity, which has as no sidelined your japa activity, your puja activity. No matter, as long as you do not feel guilty, it is fine. If you are feeling guilty, that means you are the culprit. You will have to make amends for that. And sideline your other activity which is coming in the way of your puja, japa, and jhanam and things like that. Okay. I think we have gone beyond 9 o'clock. We must call it today here. Thank you all. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om everybody.
Hari Om, Nanna.
Yo.
Hari Om.